Hello guys, and welcome to the another Photoshop tutorial. So in this tutorial we are going to see how face aware Liquify works. So this face aware liquefier was first added in Photoshop CC version 15.5. To use it you need to have a Photoshop CC. The two main part of this new addition to the Liquify filter are: the first one is face aware Liquify itself, which makes the reshaping of the faces. There are the slider which adjusts the size and angle and distance of the edges, and also adjust the height and width of a nose, reshaping the mouth, and even more things like raising and lowering the forehead and chin. The second thing, the Liquify filter also get a brand new face tool. The face tool let us do things that we cannot do with the sliders, like adjusting the cheek, repositioning the nose, and even more like moving a person eye in a different direction. So we will see all those things can be done by simply moving a slider left to right. So without a further delay, let's get started. So guys, this is the image I have downloaded from Google. I'll provide you the link in the description. You can download this image and you can follow this tutorial. So before I jump into the face aware liquefier, let me go ahead and quickly make a copy of this background layer by simply dragging and dropping to this new layer icon. Once this is created, I will convert this layer to a smart object. So why I am converting to smart object? So that if we won't convert it into a smart object, the image will be in a static, the image will be a static image. It means that if you add any filter further, you won't be able to do any changes. So now we have converted this image to a smart object, so any filter we apply to it, it will automatically be converted into a non-destructive smart filter, which means the effect will remain fully editable. So friends, to open the face aware liquefier, go to the filter. You have a shortcut Shift plus Control plus X, or just click on the Liquify. Once you click on the Liquify dialog box will appear, and here the image will be on the center, the bunch of tool on the left, and there are the bunch of properties panels on the right. So as I mentioned earlier, here we are going to focus on the two things only. One is the face tool over here, and the second thing is the face aware liquefier. So here on the right hand side in the face aware liquefy, you can see there is a triangle over here. Just click on the triangle. Once you click on the triangle, you can see there are four main categories over here, each targeted to the different areas of the face. So the first one is eye, followed by nose, mouth, and face shape. So let's just go ahead and see the eye part. So our first question will be what this eye size does. So it increases or decreases the overall size of an eye. How it does, let's see. Just you need to move the slider towards the right. As you move the slider towards the right, you can see this right eye over here, it's getting bigger and bigger. So this is for the right eye, and this one is for the left eye. And as you move the slider towards the left, the size is decreasing. So this is what it does, it increases or decreases the overall size of an eye. And in case if you want to move both the slider at the same time, you have this symbol over here, a chain kind of symbol. Once you click this, both the slider will merge in a single one. And as you move any one of the slider, the other will take the same value automatically. So you can see here now both the eyes getting bigger. You can see the value over here is 100 and 100, and now both the eye size is decreasing. So this is what the eye size does. Now let us move to the eye height. So eye height slider, it expand and contract the eye vertically. So let me just go ahead and zoom this eye first, so that I can show you a proper result. So as I move this towards right, you can see here it is expanding, but it's expanding in a vertical form, in an upward direction. And as you move towards the left, is contracting, but in a vertical downward direction. So this is what the eye height does, and as you know, you need to click here to make to work for the both the eye. Now the third one is eyes width. So eye width does the same thing, but instead of doing it vertically, it does it in a horizontal direction. So let me show you. So you can see this, the size expanding but in a horizontal direction, and now when I move it toward the left, contracting in a horizontal direction. So this is what the eye width does. And the fourth one is eye tilt. So what does this eye tilt does? It adjusts the angle of the eye and make them look like more droppy. So how it does, just go ahead and see. So as I move this slider to the right, you can see here this this tilt over here, it's dropping in a downward direction. So it's like more droppy, the eye is dropping in a downward direction. And as you go to the left, it is rotating and moving this tilt in a downward direction. So this is the function of a tilt. Now the last but not the least is the eye distance. So from the name itself you can find out what it does. Adjust the amount of space between the eye. So as I move the slider toward the right, the space between the eye is going to increase. You can see here. And as I move towards the left, the space between the eye is going to decrease. And as you can see here, it has got the limited range up to what you can make a changes. Like if you want to go toward the negative direction, it is -100, and positive it is +100. You cannot go beyond that and make a changes. So this is what the eye distance does. Let's move ahead and see the nose part. I'll drill the nose part, and here we have a two option here, nose height and nose width. So what does this nose height does? It adjusts the length of a nose, and the nose width, it will expand or contract the width of a nose. So how does it happens? As I move towards the right, the nose size will decrease, and as I move towards the left, the nose size is going to increase. You can see the changes as I'm moving the slider. So as I move towards the left, the nose size will increase, and as I move towards the right, the nose size will decrease. So this is what the nose height does. And nose width, it expand the width of a nose, or contract the width of a nose. As I move toward the right, the nose width will increase, you can see here, and as I move toward the left, it will decrease. So this is what it does. I'll bring this value to 0. So let me just go ahead and make some changes so that later we can make it a bit longer. Okay, so this is fine. Now the third part is the mouth part. Here we have 5 main functions. The first one is a smile, second one is upper lip, lower lip, the fourth one is mouth width, and the fifth one is mouth height. So what does a smile do? By name itself, it expand this two corners to give a smile in a face. So how it does? So as I move it toward the right, so it's just hard to make him smile, I think. So let me just go ahead and show you. I have another image. So this is a wonderful image I have. So I'm not going to mess up with this image so much because it's already a very beautiful image, and there's nothing wrong if I go ahead and put some smile on her face. So let me just go to the filter, Liquify, and now let me make it smaller. So it's already small, so I'll keep it here. Now I'll increase the slider towards the right. Let me just go ahead and zoom this part. We won't give too much, just slight. Okay, so you can see this difference. So this is what the slider does. It increases or decreases the area around this corner of our mouth, so that we can provide a smile on any image. Now the second part is upper lip. So bring this. As I move towards the right, you can see here the thickness of the upper lip is increasing, and as I move toward the left, the thickness of upper lip is decreasing. So make it 0. I don't want to mess up with this image. Now you can go similarly with the lower lip. The thickness will decrease. Now the thickness will increase. So this is what it does. Now as you move the slider toward the right, the mouth width in the horizontal direction, the mouth width will increase in the horizontal direction, and as you move towards the left, it will decrease in horizontal direction. The mouth will contract inside, and the same thing with the mouth height, but in the opposite direction, in the vertical direction. So you can see this. So these are the things we can do here, and this is such an amazing filter. So let me just go ahead and change all this value to 0. Okay, now go to the Liquify once again. The third part is face shape. So there are 4 main categories in the face shape. There is a forehead, chin height, jawline, and a face width. So this is the forehead. So if I drag the slider, the forehead size will increase in upward direction. If I drag the slider toward the left, it will decrease from a upward direction. So this is not the best image to show you. So here it is. I have another image. Go to filter, Liquify. Now as I move the slider towards the right, so you can see it's moving in the upward direction, and the area of the forehead is getting bigger, and as I move towards the left, it's decreasing. So sometime what happen if there is a wrinkle on the forehead, it gives a different effect, a different emotional look on the head. So this is what it does. And this is a chin height. This is our chin. It increases or decreases the size of a chin as I move towards the right. So this is why they have a limited value here, because whatever is happening within the image itself. So here as I move the slider to 100%, you can see here the image is also getting the image is contracting inside, and because of that we are getting this empty space over here. So we should use the image and we should see that whether we are crossing the limit or not. So, and as I move it towards the left, the chin area is getting bigger and bigger. So let me do it 0 only, and this is our jawline. So as I move towards the right, you can see the jawline is increasing. As I move towards the left, the jawline will contract inside. Now this is the overall face width. This will be the area from where the changes will be done. So as I move towards the right, the whole this area is getting bigger, and as I move towards the left, it's contracting inside. Now let me just go ahead and click OK, and you can see this is before, this is after. You can see the difference. So the forehead is done, the chin height is done, the jawline is done. Let me make it inward, and the face width a little bit. Okay, so this is done. So the main purpose of this face aware liquefier is to control the unwanted distortion in an image. Now let us move to the next feature. The second new feature liquefier is having is this face tool. So as I click on this face tool, you can see there is a thin line over here. It means that Photoshop has detected this face. And when I'll hover my mouse on the face, you can see there are several other lines over here. This is for the face shape, and if you hover over here, this is for the mouth, and if you go towards the nose, these are the for the nose lines, and we have an eye over here. So what exactly are these things? So this is nothing but as I have we have learned here the face aware liquefier, we had different categories over here like eyes, nose, mouth. The same thing this face tool does, but instead of dragging this this slider, you need to do it manually. So how it does? So let me go ahead and zoom it for you first. I'll zoom this part, and I'll go ahead and pick the face tool. So you can see this two dot line over here. This is nothing but it indicate the eye height, and you can see the dot line over here, it indicate the eye width. So you can see here when I hover my mouse on this dot, it's showing the name eye height. And what is this a diamond shape? This is nothing but eye size. So as I move this in the upward direction, you can see here the size is increasing, and even my value for the left eye is increasing. It moved to 100. So now just go ahead, and as I increase this, the overall size of an eye will increase or decrease. So you can see here the value is -43, and if I'll go ahead and click this if I link both the sliders, and then I'll go ahead and increase or decrease, so whatever value is taken for this eyes, it will go and automatically take for the another eye. So and this dotted line is nothing but a eye tilt. So as you move in the upward direction, as you move it in the upward direction, you can see here as I'm moving to the downward direction, it's the value is -100 over here. So these are all the same thing. So instead of going and moving the slider, you have to do it manually. So let's go ahead and see the other part as well. So this is the nose, and this will this indicator will tell you the nose height. You can either increase or decrease the nose height over here. can see. Just a minute. Let me go ahead and pull out a different image. I think there's something wrong with this image. So let me take this image. Okay, I'll go ahead and zoom this image a little bit. Okay, so this is fine. Now here you can see the nose part here. As I move it up, the nose size will decrease, and you can see the corresponding slider. You just go ahead and see the corresponding slider over here. The value is also getting changed. Move it down, the height is getting increased, and this is for the width of the nose. You can see here. So this is similarly for the mouth. These are to provide a smile on her face. This is the lower lip, and this is for the upper lip, and you have the mouth width option over here. Sorry, I forgot that. You have the mouth width over here that you can change from here. So this all here you are doing manually, and here you had a slider. So that is the only main difference. And in the eye part, the only thing you cannot do here is the eye distance. You cannot go ahead and change the eye distance. Only through the slider you can do it. So now let's move to the face part. So this is chin. You can increase or decrease the size of chin from here. This is a jawline, and this is the face width, I think. Let me go ahead and pull up the face. Yeah, so this is face width, I think. Yes, the value is changing over here. And this one is for forehead, you can see. So I hope it's clear to you that what is the difference between face tool and the face aware. Only you can do it manually. If you're not satisfied with the slider, you can go ahead and do it manually over here. And if you want to use the face aware, you can. There is a option over here. I have this image over here. So if you have a group of photo and there are how many person, 1 2 3 4 5 6 person. Now let me just go to the filter and click on the Liquify. As you click on the Liquify, you can see there are 6 mark over here. So how it counted the face from left to right, from my left to right. So 1 2 3 4 5, and I think 5, sorry, 1 2 3 4 5, and then 6. I hope so. So how you can find that? So if I go ahead and click on this face, you can see here select face there. If you toggle this, there are 6 faces that it has detected. So if you go ahead and click here, there will be a face 1. Just click here, it's a face 2. This one is face 3. This is face 4. This is face 5, and this is face 6. So this is how it counted the face. So in future, if you want to change, do changes on any one of the face, just you need to go ahead and select. I'll select the face 2, and let me zoom this a little bit. Now I'll select this face tool, and you can see here the same option is over here. If you want to increase the size, if you want to increase the nose, if you want to decrease the nose width, every possible option I am getting here. Increase a little bit more, and make it inside little bit. Let me go to this forehead part, bring it inside, and this jawline little bit, and then go ahead and click OK. So you can see here I am able to make the changes. on this image. So you similarly you can go ahead and do one by one changes in all this faces. So this is such an amazing filter, guys. It's my recommendation. Go ahead and download some bunch of photographs, some new photographs, and start practicing on this filter. So as you practice more, you will have a better understanding. So before I end this tutorial, there is one more thing. If you have messed up with all these sliders once, and if you want to just go ahead and change all this value of the slider at the same time, you just click here the reset button. Once you click to the reset, everything will come to a 0 value. And if you have done changes on the phase 5, suppose I'll do changes on the phase 5, I'll do the changes on the phase 6 somewhat, and I'll go to the phase 1, I'll make the changes over here, and now I want that all my values should be a 0. Then I don't have to go ahead and click all the phases, just click on all and it will reset all the phase value to 0. So this is it, guys. This is the what the phase aware liquefier does. You can see here this was before and this is after, this is before and this is after. So I hope you like this tutorial, and if you have any doubt, if you have any queries regarding this tutorial, please comment below. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon in order to get the update of my upcoming videos. So see you in my next videos. Have a happy Photoshop day. Thank you.